Hello, Sirian starseeds. It's going to be a reading for February 2023. Atonement. I feel like some of y'all had a pretty rough January. Either way, we have atonement and downcast pride so far. Okay. Sorry. Downcast pride. Survival is a direct consequence of adaptation. What we call adaptation is not the result of a subtle but constantly constructive change of ourselves, but rather a mockery of it. As we strip day by day our dignity in order to avoid conflict with a world that would spread us apart, how can we endure this? Maybe through the power of responsibility or through a hidden core of identity. Sometimes we don't use the best part of us, but rather we draw from the ugliest. We survive and bend our knees because we draw out from our laziness, fear, and disgust. We let our deepest roots go dry, replace what we can only be called a surge of lack of self esteem. We are deluded when we think that we are only sacrificing our pride. We cling to vanity, but we can't afford dignity. Isn't it sad? Honestly, the true delusion is our faith in fall and winter, while we discard spring and summer as fairy tales. The sky can change color too. As long as we sometimes look up, we can notice. Accepting pain is a way to survive the pain. Not all things burn, but some should. Atonement is about paying the bills. Unadulterated, unfiltered, not negotiated. It is about full and open acceptance of consequences, and a little more. It is about paying for the price of others, letting go of all ifs and buts and taking it all in. Whether it's ours to take or another's to shoulder, if you have a piece of what puts you at fault, normally you would try to separate it and weigh it evenly with what makes the other at fault and with what you made it right. A little for a little, but it rarely does move anything forward. Sometimes we need a clean slate, and it's done by going through it all. Paying more than is due to create closure for yourself, for others. You take the dark in so that others can stay in the light, even if they don't deserve it, even if you don't deserve it. Accepting consequences for what they are is important, and it's important to accepting that you need to face your consequences for your actions, but it is important to allow the other person to carry their consequences too, because by facing these consequences, recognizing and accepting where you went wrong, what mistakes you made, and what you can do better next time, that's how you learn and grow. But it is important to allow the other person to face their fair end as well, because otherwise they can't learn and grow. And maybe that's where that downcast pride is. Maybe you don't want to see the other person suffer, you don't want to see the other person in the dark, but if they don't go in the dark, they won't learn how to accept their fears or their failures, their mistakes, how to change. They won't learn those things. And it's important for them to learn those things. It's important for all of us to not only learn how to accept our consequences and make things better so that we can move on, you know. So if you're in this stage, you need to move to this stage. See the moons? There's a moon in this one. There wasn't a moon in the other one. It's important to accept these burdens, these mistakes, these consequences, and heal them so that we can move on. And whether you heal it by yourself or whether you choose to heal it together as a union, that's something that would be a group decision. It's also important to not allow this mistake or failure to impact your pride too much. So it's okay to feel down about it at first. That's part of the whole grieving process of whether it's a mistake or a failure or something underneath of you crashed, unexpectedly. It's okay. We're here to learn and grow and leave behind parts of us that we don't need, to heal fragments that are getting in the way and not fitting right. But if you allow it to impact you for too long, it's going to cause even more damage. So yes, it's okay for it to hurt, but moving on is very important as well. 29 also came out. I've got to break free. I want to break free. Anger is not the road to clarity. It's not a controlled effort or a cold dish. It is raw, primal, explosive. It is the loss of reason, the loss of restraint, a bomb burning bright in black color, a wax seal carefully crafted to be immediately broken. But anger is also freedom. How can you break a single thread woven with a million others? How can you unfetter yourself from a bad situation, letting all the rest unchanged? It doesn't work like that. When you need to break free, you need to shake and shout, and more things will be broken than just what you want to hurt. They are like a bundle. You can target, but you cannot choose. Break many to break one, save one to save many. There is time to find and release our power. Like a spring that had been compressed to the point it has lost the memory of motion and movement, yet there is power inside it. Finding it is called empowerment. It starts from the belief in our power and our ability to cope, to fight, to endure, to overcome a challenge. However, too often we are encouraged to see empowerment as something that happens only within, in our psychological space. We are not necessarily islands. We can borrow the power of the world around, the context, the environment, the expectations. We do not control the storm, we just call it. To call the storm, we need not to fear it. And this is what will make us strong. After the storm, there is always sun. So, if the sky has been gray for too long of a time, It's time not to fear the storm, but to embrace it. It will grow up and devour our chains and our jailers, and it will hurt us as well, but it will be healthier than just stare at the chilly rain. We can restart only after we let ourselves end. And if you don't allow those chains to break and allow yourself to just sit in this storm, you're going to become even more of something that you don't want to be. You are not stuck. You are not fated to suffer. You have to unlock that keypad. Okay, so we have grooming. So getting off all the dirt that you don't need here. I think aquamarine would probably be helpful to you. It's a water element stone. And I think it will help you cleanse the waters within, cleanse your emotions. Because as far as grooming goes, this isn't just a spiritual grooming, a psychological grooming. I mean, the energy that runs through you emotionally, if one is not right, it's going to affect the other ones. So along with, you're essentially power washing the inside of yourself. I guess that's kind of how I'll put it. You got to take a power washer and just wash everything, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically. And this is something that your star family can help out with. On top of that, spiritually traveling in general, I think, will be beneficial to you. This is going to allow you to gain information, and they can assist in purifying your energy stream. I think it will also awaken motivation within you. Because part of this storm could be just from being stagnant for such a long time. And it's important to maintain those clean waters, because let's just say if, like, your energy field, whether it's emotional, psychological, if there's an impurity, you can trace back to where that impurity started from, and this is going to help you recognize either negative habits, negative thought patterns, negative self-image, things like that. It's going to help you recognize those things faster by keeping your waters clean. I think that's going to be a big helper of getting you out of this phase, because I feel like there's layers to it. You know, it started off, the recognition of this started off as one thing, and as you start this journey and continue this journey, you're going to realize that there were other things that also needed to be released and healed, and it may have even contributed to this current situation and you just didn't know. So Knave of Pentacles on top, and I think by starting this journey of cleansing yourself and communicating more and traveling more, some of you are very, very gifted at astral projection and dream work, and you have forgotten or let go of that portion of yourself. Maybe even you're afraid to get back to it, but this is going to bring you much fulfillment, and it's going to allow you to discover things about yourself and your starseed family. They can help you with regaining this. Knave of Pentacles, so this is going to be working together, not just with your starseeds, but I feel like this, whatever it is that you're healing, maybe working together to heal it together. Sorry, my fingers aren't working. But working together to heal it together. The Chariot, so this is like newfound motivation. Your willpower is going to be reignited this month. King of Pentacles is a big one for me. So Pentacles for me have always represented like power. You're going to change the reflection that you see. And this is a reflection that you've seen in yourself for a prolonged amount of time. It's almost like a stain, not even a reflection. And you're going to work towards changing it. And changing that reflection means uncovering and cleansing all of those insecurities and fears and doubts and negative experiences that have contributed to that reflection that has become a stain. You're going to have to uncover those and heal them properly in order for you to see yourself for who you are, what you're capable of, and what others see in you. Because even though you have maybe forgotten about these experiences or doubts, it's almost like a falsification of yourself. You may have even forgotten some of them. Even though you mentally don't remember it, I think the emotional trauma is still there, and I think it's contributing to like self-destruction. Not really like self-destruction, but like stagnation, because like you don't see yourself as capable. Yeah. And so by tearing down that veil of insecurity and doubt and downcast pride, you're going to be able to use your energy more properly, better, in a better way, more efficient way. Nine of Cups came out, so You are capable of abundance. You are worthy of abundance. Believing that you're worthy, that you deserve something, is a big portion of manifestation, because if you have that negative outlook on yourself of you don't deserve it, you're stuck in this for a reason, there is no way out, it's very negative energy, and that helps make that veil of insecurity and doubt thicker. Okay? So if you want that prosperity and choices and those things that in your life that you have wanted for a long time, you have to believe that you're capable, and you have to believe that you're worthy. Three of Pentacles. So unity of like yourself is very important for this task. All your different parts need to be working together, whether it's like how past traumas are contributing to present doubts, failures, negative belief systems, and habits. So all of these different plates spinning at once, it's going to help you heal everything. You have to uncover what you don't want to uncover in order to bring what you want to bring. I mean, like when you get shot, they don't just stitch over the bullet, they pull the bullet out, right? So appreciation. It is easy to find wonderful things about me to appreciate. I have so much to be grateful for just because I am me. Emotional wisdom. I listen to my emotions. They show me where I can focus. My self love and heal from hurts. They show me where I can focus my self love and heal from hurts. I am empowered by what they share with me. I am my own self love warrior. Sorry, I'm having trouble speaking. Forgiveness. I forgive myself for my flaws and shadows. I accept the whole of myself for who I am in this moment. Accepting that there is something that needs to be healed or changed or addressed is the first step in going about that process. So forgiveness and acceptance is first. Hopefully that helped, and hopefully you have a wonderful February.